Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more political that recently happened. Simply because the New Year just happened. AOC is under fire by Republicans. For her visiting Florida, I guess, during the New Year's. This is something that Republicans are using as a talking point, attacking AOC, attacking Democrats for, I guess, their apparent hypocrisy, where they say that, Florida is really bad with COVID. DeSantis isn't running it right. People are dying there like crazy. And then she goes down and visits and obviously hangs out with people, doesn't, I guess, abide by the mask policies that she previously stated were something that, were good and positive for society. So the Republicans are going after her. And basically today I'm just going to be going over the analysis of what I think, how I, do I think this is a good political talking point for Republicans? And to be blunt, I do. I think it's a very good point for talking point for Republicans going after AOC, coming to Florida, or going to Florida. I don't live in Florida, but and basically not abiding by those rules. I think that Republicans should be using these talking points in the future, and not just with regards to AOC, but they should continue and keep those former talking points up with the other politicians, at least their political opponents, Democrats, that have not abided by those masking policies that were either currently held or previously held, and then they broke them at the times. They can obviously talk about Nancy Pelosi and her going to a hair salon, I believe, and not wearing a mask indoors, and that was, I believe, at the beginning of the pandemic. Gavin Newsom also going to, I believe, a restaurant called French Laundry in the middle of the pandemic when most of the restaurants were shut down. Chris Cuomo, who Andrew Cuomo's brother, didn't abide by those quarantine rules that he said that he was quarantining in his basement when he got COVID, actually went out bike rides in the Hamptons. And I think that this is a very good talking point Republicans can use because it buys into their narrative that COVID is really not an issue, and the people that are espousing the beliefs that you need to be, very vigilant about the virus and consistently wearing your mask and doing everything, aren't actually living up to this principle in real life and don't really seem to actually care about it and only care about it if, I guess, the citizenry does it. That at least is the Republican talking point, and it works very well, and it bodes right into what's going on because, at least for the Republicans and the way they view it, there is a lot of examples of hypocrisy. You can also go towards when Jake Tapper interviewed Amy Klobuchar on Sunday Special, I believe, for CNN, and he said to her when they were at Bob Dole's funeral, whatever you are, a breast cancer survivor, you wearing a mask, there's a mask mandate there. Senator Ted Cruz was sitting next to you not wearing a mask. Do you feel comfortable sitting next to him? And then Republicans basically went after Jake Tapper and said, you were literally interviewing Amy Klobuchar and both of you were not wearing masks inside of your studio. I mean, that's complete hypocrisy. And that's a very good point. And Republicans should continue making that because if they continue making that point, it does change a public perception of how people view the virus. And at least people that listen to the, politicians and, people in the media, health experts, seeing if they don't actually follow it in their own lives, Republicans can actually make that a winning issue and are starting to make it a winning issue. However, Democrats are also starting to become more lax on COVID policies, probably because there's a midterm election coming up in some part, but also because I think that they're kind of losing on this issue and they don't really know how to get around it. But yeah, I think this is a very good issue that Republicans should be running on going into the 2022 midterms. If I was a Republican strategist, I would be saying to the candidates, hey, talk about how, I guess it's been 2 years, talk about, 2 years, Democrats were saying that, that everybody needs to, do certain measures and take up certain measures and wear a mask and, stay locked down. And many of these people like Chris Cuomo, like Lori Lightfoot or Nancy Pelosi didn't actually follow these measures. They don't care about it. They don't actually believe it. It's, I don't know, you could say, the Republicans could say, hey, it's used, I don't know, as a power gain. And they could be using that as a political strategy. So this is personally just my video on how Republicans could use COVID for a positive way as a political strategy. This is something that's been in the news with AOC, and they can continue to use this in the midterms. And I think it will lead to them doing very well in the midterms if they can run on good political issues like this. I'll obviously talk about things that Democrats can run on, but this is something that I think Republicans should bank on and should start to use because it is a winning political issue. Anyway, with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of, using this talking point for Republicans in their elections across the country, and how you think if it will benefit them or hurt them in some way. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as we continue to gain. Hopefully we'll be at 400 very, very shortly. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and once more, have a great day.